bitch. Ooh, this Pose finale. Look, let me tell y'all something. This is one of the very few shows in the history of my television watching that never disappointed me. From episode 1 all the way through to last night. Never disappointed me. The writing, the music, the costumes, some of the acting wasn't the best, but you were so caught up in everything else that it didn't even matter. It just didn't matter. I never mentioned anything about the acting in any of my reviews. Why? Because it didn't fucking matter. Now let me say this. This is gonna be, if you didn't know, this is Pose the finale. So generally speaking, let me just say this was just a great finale. It was a great finale. Pose had me tearing up every damn week, and I ain't no crier, but Pose had me tearing up every week. The storylines were just so powerful, the relationships. So anyway, I'm just gonna jump in this because I could do this for an hour, and I don't have an hour. I'm on my lunch break, and I'm trying to hurry up and get this done because I want to drop it. I wanted to drop it last night, but I was spent. I couldn't do it. I needed a minute to just sit in it, right? I'm gonna use my notes, but I want to make sure. I really think I could just do this. We see, let me tell you something else. Shout out to my boy Evan and my girl Janelle. We had like a little semi finale party. Well, it was a party. It was the three of us. You know, it wasn't no huge party, but it was the three of us just watching it together and enjoying the moment. I haven't really gotten into a lot of details of where I am. Y'all know I'm out of town, but I'm in a program. I'm doing a history nerd thing, and so we kind of came together and we were watching Pose. We found out we all liked the show, and we decided to watch the finale together. But just as the show was getting ready to start, like I promise you, like right at 8:59, the damn power went out. It was a thunderstorm coming, a lightning storm. And so we were like stressing, like, oh my God, no, we are not gonna miss this. And we ended up streaming it through Janelle's Xfinity account on the computer. Like it was crazy, but we were watching it. We got it. So anyway, we see how the mighty have fallen. Like Elektra has hit rock bottom. She is at the Peep Show. She's living on the streets. She's homeless. You know, she has hit rock bottom. And you even see her wig ain't as tight. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's hard to see, but it was a needed situation and everybody sort of saw it coming except for her. And we see her at the Peep Show, like the opening sequence, and we see her going in and out. We see the coins dropping, the coins dropping, the coins dropping. And then that last time that coin dropped and the curtain came up, it was Blanca. Blanca went and found her mother, okay? And she takes her out to eat, and she tells her, she said, look, you know like I know. Between the Peep Show and you living on the streets, you won't make it to the end of the year. You know what ends up happening to women like us on the streets. You know it. She said, and so and of course Elektra was like, I know this brings you great joy to see me like this. And Blanca was like, no, it doesn't. She said, because when one of us hurt, we all hurt. Like Elektra still doesn't get Blanca, where Blanca is coming from, and how Blanca just stands for the whole community, and that she's all about inclusiveness. And like, look, we can be in different houses and be in different cliques, but we are all the same community, and we need to look out for each other. Like Elektra still doesn't get it, and she's still feeling like, and she said, well, I hate to ask for help. And Blanca was like, you know what, fine. If this is how you want to go out, I've done all I can do. I'll let you know that I got you. I've invited you, because she invited her. She said, look, come with me. And we see Ricky and Damon. So then we see Ricky and Damon. They're talking about trying out for this Albie Show video. Y'all, everything is so freaking authentic, because Albie Show was the man, right? And you hear because Ricky is a dancer, but he's not classically trained or whatever. He doesn't have that same it that Damon has with the classical style, but he can hip hop. He can give you a dance move. And so Ricky was like, I just don't feel confident enough, will you do it with me? So Damon said, fine, I'll do it with you, but you got this. So they agreed to go on this what's that thing called? Audition together. While they're going for the audition, while they're having this conversation, Blanca comes home and she has Elektra with her. And she tells she tells the boys, y'all clean this room out. This is going to be Electra's room, where she's staying with us, and this is her room. And of course, true to form, Electra starts talking about she wants new curtains, and she wants the boys to paint her room because she said the color here looks like the inside of a soggy diaper. I said, this bitch ain't gonna never. She ain't gonna never. But I love her, like, because it was just, and they had to really give her this look like, really, bitch. And she's like, okay, fine, But she just, and at this point, I think it's more for her own sanity to maintain this air than any reality. Like, she gets it, she knows where she is, but she just can't come off that high horse. She just can't quite do it. So, we see that everybody's getting ready for the Princess Ball where they're going to name Mother of the Year. Everything has been building up. This is the biggest ball of the year. And we see Pray Tell and Blanca having, y'all know I'm in the parking lot. We see Pray Tell and Blanca having this conversation. And he's getting her ready for the ball. And she tells him, she said, look, it was a guy clocking you. And I got his number. And I think it's time. I think it's time for you to get back out there. Like, don't fall into no cocoon and shut yourself off. Which is funny. You need to take your own advice. But she gives Pray Tell this number. They do a little flashback to the bartender checking Pray Tell out. And she gets the number, for him. And we see them go out on a date. And okay, I'm gonna rewind because there's a piece I need to rewind to. So Blanca makes Electra go apply for a job as a hostess at a restaurant. Now remember, this whole thing all season long has been how Electra can pass and she won't get clocked, and she passes as a quote unquote real woman. You know what I'm saying? And so she first was like, I can't go. It was like, the restaurant that she used to go to all the time, little high-end restaurant. She was like, I can't go in here. And of course, I can't lower myself to be a mere common, common servant. I can't do that. And Blanca is like, what, you going to be at the Peep Show the rest of your life? She was like, girl, please. She said, I didn't go to school. She said, I don't even know how to work a calculator. I didn't go to school. What do they want me to count some money? She said, you ain't got to do all that. You just got to look pretty and be a hostess and be condescending to people. And you know how to do that. And so Electra goes in and she is very, she becomes Electra. She turns it on, and she gets the job. So we see where the dance teacher has called Blanca in. And they have a really good conversation. So you could tell it's a finale. And you could tell it was a finale that was written as if they didn't know whether they was going to get a season 2. So they were sort of tying stuff up, but they still left some back doors open. And so this is one of the stories where they kind of left a back door open, where you see Blanca and the dance instructor, oh, her name escapes me now. And they've had their moments throughout the season, and she called Blanca in, and Blanca was like, all right, you didn't call me, and what Damon doing now? Like, is Damon cutting up again? You need to let me know what's going on. And she said, no. She said, I just wanted to let you know that Damon's scholarship has been approved for next year. So he's good to go, to continue his schooling here. And of course, Blanca's like, oh my gosh, like, I thank you so much. And they have a really good conversation about mothers. And she lets her know, she said, look, I've seen mothers, blood mothers, who have given their children the best of everything and classical training and all of these classes and all of this stuff to come to this school, and they wash out. She said, so you're doing more for Damon than any, or on the same line of a quote unquote blood mother. She said, I've seen you as his guardian do so much, and I'm so in awe, and I respect that, because they had a little moment around that whole ballroom scene and all that stuff, but you see where they really have a coming together. I hate to say come to Jesus moment, but that's what they sort of had, a little come to Jesus moment. And you see the mutual respect and admiration, and from the teacher to Blanca and vice versa. All right, so then we see that this is where Pray Tell going to go on his date, right? So Pray Tell takes his date to the same restaurant where Electra is the hostess. And it is so funny because you see them kind of give each other that look, and you waiting for, Electra is waiting for Pray Tell to clock her, you know what I'm saying, to come at her. But he doesn't. She was like, and of course Electra's waiting for her, so she kind of throws a little jab at him, and he don't really take the bait. He gives her a little something back, but he doesn't embarrass her, and that's what she's waiting for. You know what I'm saying? She's waiting for him to do something to acknowledge who she is, or call her out, or embarrass her, and he doesn't do it. And you see where, we can clock each other and we can talk bad about each other, but at the end of the day, I do want to see you win. And I know you having a hard time. Like, everybody knew what was going on with Electra. It wasn't no secret. Excuse me, I got this little cough. I don't know what's going on. But we see him go on his date, and the guy's nice looking. He's a cute little guy, and they flirt a little bit, and they getting along. And Pray Tell says, look, I just need to let you know something before this goes any further. I don't want to lead you on. I'm positive. I'm HIV positive. And he says, I'll understand if you want to leave. I got the check. Go ahead and go. No hard feelings. And the guy, he says, whoa. Wait a minute. He said, you're not the first guy that I'm dating that's HIV positive. He said, we'll just be careful. And then they made a joke about it. He was like, I'm not that easy anyway, But a couple of things. We had a conversation amongst the three of us who were watching it together, why he would do it so soon. Like, do you think it was too soon? But I feel like he did it sort of as a way out, because I think a part of him wasn't really 100% ready. He felt he wasn't 100% ready. And I also felt like he wanted to sort of give himself an out. Like, okay, if he gonna leave me, let him go ahead and leave me. Was that thunder? I don't know if that was thunder or a motorcycle, because it stormed here last night. Anyway, so, but it was a great date. You see the date holding hands, and you see it's a click there. It's definitely a connection. And so, Pray Tell is getting that love and feeling back, baby. So we see Ricky and Damon on the audition. Now I thought my prediction was gonna be one or two things. Either one was gonna be Damon was gonna make it and Ricky wasn't, or Ricky was gonna make it and Damon wasn't. It was gonna cause some sort of conflict, or they were both gonna make it and Damon wasn't gonna go back to school and he was gonna take this tour. Because Blanca told the instructor, at the dance, she was like, let me tell him. Don't tell him about his scholarship. Let me tell him. So she was like, of course, absolutely. So we see them at the audition, and they both getting it, and they get called back, and we don't see what actually happens, but we see both of them get the call back. And so we see Angel processing the situation with Stan, and Blanca being there for her, being her mother, and Blanca chooses that moment. They're having a moment. She's crying and they're hugging, and she's letting her know, look, unfortunately, this is just what we go through. And she was like, she said, Angel, it's time for you to come off them streets. She said, I don't have no judgment, because I walk them same streets you walk in. She said, but we need to get you in school, and we need to find you a job. We need to get you off the streets. Because Angel was talking about how she just ain't feeling it anymore, how her heart's just not, well, I ain't gonna say her heart was ever in it. Y'all know what I'm saying. Like, y'all know what I'm saying. She wasn't able to go to that place that she used to be able to go to and just accept the fact that she was selling her body. Like, she can't go there anymore. She just can't do it anymore. And so Blanca was telling her, and of course Angel's like, I can't do it. She said, look, I got something I need to tell you. She said, I'm HIV positive. And Angel just breaks down. But she tells her, she said, look, you're going to have to take over. She said, it's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week, but it's going to be sooner than you think. And I need you to get ready to be the mother, because you're going to be their mother. You're next. And I need you to get yourself together, get a legit job. You know what I mean? I need you to start putting your ducks in a row, because you're next. And so Blanca, Angel, they have that moment, but you see a change in Angel, So they're having dinner, and Ricky and Damon are giving the good news, and Blanca wants to tell everybody that Damon's scholarship got extended, but they tell the news about them getting in the I'll Be Sure video. And let me tell y'all something. That damn Electra fanned out. Do you hear me? She turned into the biggest I'll Be Sure stan. Oh, she loves I'll Be Sure. She came totally out of Electra. And she was just, oh my gosh, she was just, I have his tape in my purse. Let's listen to his music now. Can you get his backstage passes? She was totally done. Excuse me. She was totally done. I don't have nothing. Do I have anything here to drink out there? But they found out that both of them got called back to be in the video and to go on tour, and they decided that they're going to do it. So Blanca, what I like about Blanca is that she didn't flip out in that moment. She wanted to. She let her opinion be known, and Elektra said, look, this is what he's going to school for. This is what he's training for. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, it's a paying job, and it's a good job. And Blanca she kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Backs down a little bit and says, yeah, you're right. You know, she said, you're right, but I just, you know. And later on that night, she's doing the dishes, and her and Damon have a moment alone, and she tells Damon how she feels. She says, you know, I'm not the kind of mother that's going to stop you, but I just want you to understand this is where I'm coming from. You know, I didn't even get a chance to let you know that your scholarship has been extended. So you now have that opportunity to continue your education, and that's what I would choose for you. However, if you choose to take this opportunity, you know, spread your wings and do what you do. You know, I'm not the kind of mother that's going to tell you what you can't do. Patricia and Stan, I don't even want to talk about them fools. Patricia done told Stan wants to come home. Patricia done told him, he said, can we just pretend like we still together and not tell nobody what's up and just, you know, pretend, because the kids are acting out and all this other stuff. And Patricia said, no, we ain't. She said, I don't need to tell everybody everything, but we're not going to pretend like everything is okay. We're not going to pretend like we're all good. She said, you can move back in the house, but there are going to be certain conditions. And one of the conditions was for him to quit his job, which I ain't understand that. Like, the job ain't the reason why your husband was sleeping with Angel. Like, it wasn't the job. The job gave him the money to be able to take care of Angel, but the job wasn't the reason why he was sleeping with Angel. But anyway, she said, you know, stay here locally, get a little job here, sell some insurance, and I'm going back to school. Because when the children get older and they get old enough to understand what's going on, I need to be independent enough that I can move away with my kids. And he was like, okay. All right, you know, what could he do? You know? I still don't know about this whole Stan thing. I don't know what they're going to do with him in the second season, but... So now we're at the Princess Ball, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Princess Ball. This is what we've been all waiting for leading up to. The first category was silk versus linen, and they was getting it out, getting it in. Then we see the house of Evangelista. We see the house of the new people, Veracity. And of course they talking shit, and they Candy is talking about how bad Blanca's makeup is, and how Blanca, you know, she looks like a man, you know, all the same digs, you know. And it gets to Blanca. It really gets to Blanca, and she walks off, you know. And I'm like, Blanca, don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them bitches see you sweat. Like, that's what I was thinking the whole time. Like, don't let them bitches see you sweat. But she walks off, and we see Elektra, honey. Elektra coming down the street, and her outfit is, oh my God, bitch. Do you hear me? Bitch. She was looking all of that, all right? Looking all of that. And she sachets her ass up in that ball, and she gets to Blanca, and she tells Blanca, your makeup looks terrible. Blanca was like, I can't with you right now. She says, look, let me explain something to you. And she basically tells her, she said, don't let them bitches get to you. And she helps her do her makeup a little something. And she says, we're gonna walk this tonight, letting her know that she's gonna walk with the house of Evangelista. And she said, and let me go read some bitches. And she goes over to her old daughters, and she tells the rest of them that are standing. She said, look, you can leave now because I have no beef with you. And so of course they were like, nah, we good, we here, honey. She reads them girls for filth. Do you hear me? I mean for filth. I cannot. I cannot do it justice. I would have to just insert that clip right there in the middle, because she reads them for filth. And then Poppy is there, and y'all know they're treating Poppy like shit. Now the funniest line, Evan, shout out to Evan. The funniest line was when she turns to Poppy and says, now look, Are you gonna stay here groveling all night with them, or are you gonna come over back home? She said, I'm pretty certain you will be welcome back. Poppy said, I don't know all that what you just said, but I do it all night to come back. You know, like, I ain't trying to fool with them. You know, Poppy going back over. And not only does Poppy leave, but the other two guys, Electra's like, look, what y'all gonna do? Y'all coming with me, or y'all gonna stay here? And they leave and they go with Electra. And so all of them are going to walk with the House of Evangelista. When they go back over there, Electra said, look, she said, not only am I here, but I bought some new. She said, I don't know where we all going to fit in your apartment, but I bought you some new children. And that's when she sees the two guys, and then she sees Poppy. And Poppy's like, look, can I come back home? She said, absolutely. She said, you can come back home and, you know, in my heart or something like that. But, you know, they make up. They have a moment. So Poppy's back home. So then they let Pray Tell know there's a challenge on the floor. The House of Evangelista is challenging the House of Veracity. And hunty, they walk it down. They walk it down. Do you hear me? Oh, they walk it down. And it's a beautiful scene. You know, pose. They voguing. I mean, it's great. It is a beautiful scene. And of course, the House of Evangelista beats them out by 1 point. It's like 10s across the board until the last one. Then it's, you know, 1 and 1, 9, whatever. Anyway, the House of Evangelista wins. And of course, the House of Veracity are not feeling it. They hate it. So then there's some other categories. House of Evangelista is winning all the trophies. They got like 10 trophies. They're winning them all. So Candy is really in her feelings. So Candy tries to walk in the Vogue category, and she can't Vogue. She can't dance. She's stiff as a board. So y'all know, Pray Tell done stop the music. Him and Candy get into it. She get into it with the judges. She cussing the judges out. So one of the judges comes, she's like, come down here and stop, because they like, get off the floor. She was like, come down here and make me. So he gonna come down there and make her. She goes over to the bar and grabs a hammer, and they get to damn near fighting in the middle of the dance floor. I mean, she is really trying to hit this man with a hammer. And they finally have to break it up, and they're like, look, this is not worth it. Like, you're going to get us kicked out of here. Like, get your ass over here. Then we have to name Mother of the Year. And Blanca is nominated with, it's Mouclair. It's some real houses. I didn't write it down. Y'all, I was so caught up. I was taking notes. I was so caught up, y'all. I was so caught up. But she wins by a unanimous vote. And Pray Tell is talking about that she is really embodying the true spirit of what a mother should be. Electra is the one that hands her trophy. And then the perfect song, House is a Home. That was just the perfect song. That was just like, oh my gosh, it was the perfect song to play. And it's one of my favorite songs from back in the day. Love is a House. And honey, if y'all don't know, the playlist is on Spotify. Y'all better go get that playlist. But it was a beautiful finale, and I just feel like I can't even give it justice. You just gotta go watch it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you've seen it, see it again. I'm gonna watch it. I've already watched it twice, and probably gonna watch it a third time. It was just so good. The whole series was just so good. Words just cannot express. And I'm late getting back because I just had to drop this. I had to drop it. But y'all let me know in them comments. I know it's a few of y'all that's gonna let me know some things I screwed up on, but it's all good. I love y'all for correcting me, because I don't want to be wrong. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the finale and all of it. Peace.